afternoon, folks. We are coming to you today, not from Quinn's garage. No. We are in my garage, and this is actually the first time I've shown my garage on the channel. We decided that, given how busy Quinn and myself are, it would probably make a little bit more sense if Project Exocet was moved here. So the last month or so, I've actually been, I'm gonna turn this thing around. I've been redoing my garage. This garage, it's a small garage. It's really nothing special. It was definitely like one of the compromises I've had with this house was how small this garage was. It was complete bare framing. It actually only had like 32-inch on center joists with nothing, no insulation above. And I've been spending the last month framing, insulating, converting this. This used to be a normal lift garage with the openers in the middle here. I converted all of that to high lift because I actually have a 4-post lift on order, so I can actually park 3 cars here, two of my cars, one on top of the other, with my wife's car in this bay, and I've spent the last month doing that and insulating and sheetrocking and just trying to make this look a little bit more presentable, with better lighting in here, just so I can actually get to work on this thing, because now that we have all the major components in, it's going to be all the little nitty gritty things and the customizing of piping and whatever, modifying brackets, whatever, mounting all the fuel lines and everything. All that is what's going to take the longest amount of time in this thing, and I figured it'd be much easier if I could just walk out into my garage instead of having to drive half an hour to Quinn's house. So thank you, Tom, my good buddy Tomo Rudd. He helped me move this thing over here, put it up on his trailer, got it over here with a bunch of boxes full of stuff. We got all our zinc plated hardware and everything. All the parts hopefully I need to get this thing completed. So yeah, just wanted to show you around my garage. I did have a little bit of time to work on this thing. I got the front sway bar mounted, the Fly Miata end links. We did get the intake manifold on. I still want to spend a little bit more time with the throttle body, because the only NB throttle body we had was from the actual car itself. For some reason we didn't have the Quinn's old throttle body, so that's actually, I'll show you, it's a little oxidized. For the most part it's pretty clean, but I don't want to have something that's oxidized on this car when everything else is so nice. So I'm gonna spend some time with some Simple Green and a Scotch-Brite pad, and we'll clean that up. But yeah, we got the fuel rail, and I put new injector seals in it, and I got the intake manifold on. Next is going to be probably getting the fuel tank. I know it's got some fuel in it still. I gotta empty that out. We got Shop Cat there. Bandit, what do you think, buddy? What do you think? Bandit is not a shy cat. So I gotta get the fuel tank. And then I'm going to start running the lines once I get the fuel tank mounted, which actually, shout out to Exomotive. They just gave us a really good deal on we are doing their complete stainless steel lines in this thing. This is their braided fuel line kit for the NB. It's the returnless system. And we got all their brake lines. So we're literally not going to have any hard lines in this car. This is the way it was. The car was left outside for a while, so the existing ones that were on there I don't want to use. When we're talking about fuel and braking, it was just not worth it to try and clean up the old lines. They were kind of rusty on the connectors and everything, the banjo connectors, and it made more sense to just to buy brand new. Shout out to Exomotive, they're really awesome. They hooked us up with these lines. So I'm gonna run those. What else we got? I've got to do some work on the hood. Got my arrow catch latches. Also, these are just rivets, and I'm gonna try and use a lot of riv nuts on this thing. I think these are M6 or M8 riv nuts. I like the idea of being able to remove things. I think riv nuts in combination with some lock washers should stay pretty secure on there. I know this car is going to have some NVH, and we got to worry about things like backing off on their own. But I think with locking washers and riv nuts, they should be okay. So I've got a lot more stuff coming. Let's see what else. I did end up throwing the downpipe on. It was actually pretty cool because, as I'm putting this downpipe on, I'm thinking back to when I installed this same downpipe on my Miata, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't even have this car lifted up in the air. I didn't take anything off. You can just reach everything. And that's one of the awesome things about having an Exocet, is that there's literally like nothing in your way. So something like a job like the downpipe that's usually very, very difficult is super easy when there's nothing in the way. So yeah, I got that on, but I don't know if this exhaust is gonna stay in this car. I actually just recently had a conversation with our good buddy who actually made the roll cage in this car. The defensive octopus, Derek, is making a 3-inch exhaust turbo back for Miatas. And I was talking to him a little bit, and we may actually want to do something like that. That would help the spool performance, because I don't know how restrictive this elbow is here, but it's definitely way smaller than 3-inch. The Flying Miata does offer a full 3-inch kit, but it wasn't on this car when we bought it, so we were just going to use what came with it. But if we can, make a little bit more spool performance with a full 3-inch exhaust made by Derek, I think that would probably be a good thing. I've also got to have him do a little bit of work. The normal routing and the way it was on the car before it was crashed, the intercooler piping comes down just like in a Miata and actually comes around over here like a Miata and then connects to the intercooler here in front. I don't think I want to do that because you actually have to kind of hack up the hood a little bit. I've seen turbo Exocets that actually like run the intercooler piping right over here, and actually because there's actually a surprising amount of room in between the hood and the frame, and the radiator actually mounts pretty low. It's almost flush with this bar right here. So I was actually thinking about running the intercooler piping over the radiator, and that would just simplify everything. We wouldn't have to actually cut up the hood at all, which shout out to Exomotive. They did send us a hood as well. I just don't want to hack it up. I'd rather just do it nice. And so I've got to modify the Flying Miata intercooler. Right now, I don't have the intercooler here. I got to grab it from Quinn's tonight, but it's just a standard intercooler with pipes coming out the side. I want to see if Derek could potentially modify it and have the pipes go straight up and down, so that way we could just run. And look how simple it would be. It would literally be just a pipe here to the throttle body, and then just a pipe down to the turbo there. It would just make things so simple. So I'm gonna see if we can make that happen. But yeah, I just wanted to give an update as to where we're at right now. And interrupted by Exocat. Bandit. Yeah, we named him Bandit after The Office, that cold opening that was like the best one, where Dwight pretended to catch the office on fire, and Angela threw Bandit up into above the ceiling. Where is he going? Bandit, what are you doing? You got it. Yeah, so if we're working on this thing here, I'll have Bandit join me. He's a good cat. And so yeah, that's where we're at right now. I'm actually really excited. I'm gonna do this pretty soon. I'm actually gonna mount my I have some 15x8 Avantis with some Hoosier SM7s, and just to get an idea of what this thing's gonna look like with like a grip setup, I'm gonna mount those. And I don't know if I have I have the key for this. I'll do it right now. I think I might have left it at Quinn's though, but I want to mount those up and see, because I think it's going to drop the stance quite a bit. I think it's actually like a perfect ride height right now. It's got a little bit of height with the rally wheels and tires, and I think with the 205 50 15s, it's going to drop the height perfect, so that when we want to do like grip stuff, it's going to have a better stance for that. So next chance I get, I'm gonna go ahead and swap those out so I can give you guys an idea of what it's gonna look like with a more aggressive wheel and tire setup. But yeah, and also, so I was just wondering how you guys prefer these videos to be shot. Like if you wanted them more like, because it's just gonna, it's for the most part, it's probably just gonna be me. It's kind of hard to like do the nice production value, and my hands are all dirty. I don't want to touch my camera and everything. And I'm also working, so it's kind of hard to do video and work on the car at the same time. Do you guys prefer time lapse with like music and stuff like that? And then you know, I'll go in with my little pocket camera right here, and I'll show you like the you know, the important stuff, like the more detailed stuff. Or should I spend the extra time, do the full production value, and show like every little thing? I've had, you know, mixed reviews on like what people prefer. So if whatever you think, like comment down below, like tell me exactly how you prefer these videos to be shot. Would you rather just have me give an update every once in a while, or do you want to see like everything? Do you want to see all the time lapses? Do you want to see the fine details and stuff like that? Because you know, I really want to get this thing done as soon as possible. Like it is taking far too long in my opinion, but it's kind of tough for me to get over there to Quinn's house and spend the necessary time. And Quinn's super busy. He's got a full-time job. He's got an extra side business. You know, we've all got stuff going on. Like that's why we thought it was a good move to move it over, a good move to bring it back to my house so I could spend more time. But like we just don't have the time to do it like perfect, because I know these things can get kind of stale if you don't like do a lot of progress. Like I know there's all the YouTube guys that like that's what they do, that's their job, but both Quinn and I have extra other things. You know, I got a full-time job, a family, and everything like that. So it's hard to get the time out to really spend to do this properly. Like I don't know, let me know what you think, like down below. All right, but I'm pretty sure that's it for this one. We'll come back, I'll be back soon with more updates and more work done to the car. See you in the next one. Done.